A very good evening to you all. Thank you for watching UBC Television. With me, Wadulo Mark Arnold and Mugalu Muhammad on sign language. And this is your 8 o'clock bulletin, this 10th day of June 2023. I hope you're ready. It's going to be a 30 minutes bulletin before we usher in the weekly business roundup. So without further ado, let's get straight into the bulletin. Now, the Prime Minister Robina Nabanja has led a delegation of investors from the United Arab Emirates to 3 food and fruit markets in Luwero district, Wobolenzi, Kasana and Baliche Jusa. Nabanja, flanked by the ministers and Uganda Investment Authority team, guided the investors who have shown interest in establishing fruit beverage processing factories in the country. We have a detailed report.
Premier Robina Nabanja says that President Yoweri Museveni wants to address the issue of wastage facing both farmers and traders by adding value and also ensuring the marketability of products made in Uganda. Nabanja says that whenever he passes by the markets, he sees rotting products which would otherwise be preserved and exported to other countries.
And we are here, the president directed me to show you one of the markets where we make wastage. And we want to see as a country that we stop wastage of our products. Add value on it, export, so that we can get more fund.
And other people can use it and benefit from it.
Like UAE, like any other countries
Europe.
Across the country, Europe and everywhere. So our people, as you can see, they are happy to see.
After visiting the markets, Nabanja, on behalf of the president, also presided over the launch of the construction of Luwero Butalangu Road to East Transport.
Or to launch the construction of a road from Luwero up to Butalangu just today.
The head of the delegation, Prince Sheikh Mohammed bin Maktoum, says that they are ready to start investment in agroforestry, food and fruit processing in addition to a gold refinery. The team is to also visit Entebbe International Airport to assess the progress of the cold hub so that they can immediately start exporting Ugandan fruits and foods to UAE and other countries. I'm Nafka Farida, reporting.
A section of the National Resistance Movement leaders in Kampala, led by the Lubaga Division RCC Anderson Burora, have today held a prayer session for the quick recovery of the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Now, this comes just days after President Museveni made a public communication that he had tested positive for the COVID-19 virus.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni made a public statement during the State of National Address that he had tested positive for COVID-19. It's on the same pronouncement that he declared Prime Minister Robina Nabanja to preside over Heroes Day celebrations in solidarity with the President and the NRM party, a section of the National Resistance Movement leaders from Kampala, led by Lubaga RCC Anderson Burora, held prayers at Nakasero State House entrance for President's quick recovery. Burora was in company of other NRM leaders, including the Mayor of Kampala Central, Salimu Uhuru. They carried a poster bearing a message for the head of state's quick recovery.
His Excellency Mr. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni olw'obulwadde naye abambataddemu ebyobufuzi mu President alimba nanyini mulambu agamba nti ndi mulwadde kakasa nti ndi mulwadde fe mu Buganda omuntu bw'afiirwa omugamba nga kitalo bw'alala omugamba ng'olabye n'obulwadde
bukyanga tubeerawo tetulyako nti omukulembeze yalwadde era n'olya nti omukulembeze tagenze ku mirimu nti olw'okuba yalwadde kyannaku era tuze okumusaasira.
Brother says it's okay to pray for the sick people in Africa, thus calling upon the general public to join in and pray for the head of state.
To express your sympathy and prayers, and also to wish him the get well soon message that can be pressed there, and I'm sure he will see it. So with that, we welcome the general public to come. Don't care your political affiliation, where you come from. Yes, this is a security installation, but we have been cleared and allowed to come and express.
The Mayor of Kampala Central, Salimu Uhuru, advised the public to continue following Minister of Health guidelines on COVID-19.
The president has taken all precautions to see he doesn't get the coronavirus, but you can see he has got it. So it's upon you as a Ugandan, you who loves your life, take care of your life.
Other NRM Kampala leaders, who were also in solidarity, prayed for the quick recovery of the president.
Okwagaliza president waffe asobole okudda engulu, asobole okuwona obulungi obulwadde, adde mu ofiisi addukanye eggwanga.
Today marks the 4th day since President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni went in isolation after testing positive for COVID-19. Deborah Namamonde, Andrew Sebira, UBC.
The body of the slain former MP of Lubaga South, Katolu Wama, has been brought to his home in Mutundwe for relatives and friends to pay their respects. The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, on behalf of government, pledged to support the deceased's dreams towards his theatrical works. We'll be delivering an English version of that story later on in our 10 o'clock bulletin. In other news, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has donated 306 million shillings to 1,000 Bully Cup groups in GULU City to fight poverty. Each of the 1,000 Bully Cup groups received 300,000 as seed capital. The Secretary General National Resistance Movement Party, Richard Todwong, said that the president gave the money to pilot and see whether giving money directly to groups can be better than using the government systems.
Bully Cup groups in GULU that include the Chaco and Timber, cabbage dealers, Boda Boda and Silverfish are to benefit from the donation of 306 million shillings from President Museveni while delivering the money during a function held at Laibi Central Primary School. On behalf of the President, Richard Todwong explained that he has deployed the councillors to closely monitor the groups to ensure that the money is put to good use.
Brought this humble contribution that he has made to the village saving groups within GULU City. One, to confirm how fast whatever he has donated can reach to the people. Two, how effectively they can use the little money that he has given them. Three, the reporting mechanism and how effective the members can get. So,
the GULU resident city commissioner, Jane Francis Okili, explained that businesswomen and men are the main beneficiaries.
Shown case that they can utilize this money. So I have a feeling this money will be used well. And it is also very easy to follow it up because we know the group members. These are existing groups, they're already doing something, and they have known the benefit of saving.
The chairperson, Tedam Badege Division, Rose Ato, said many people have surrendered their IDs as surety to money lenders to get money because of high levels of poverty.
We are getting a problem in the community. Poverty is so much disturbing our people. But all in all, at least now the village saving, we have looked at a way that it can help so much because the process, it will not be too much longer.
Geoffrey Akena said most of the government programs are not reaching beneficiaries due to bureaucracy, pampered with corruption.
The government programs are not accessible because the procedures, the steps, the identification processes are not possible for them to access it. And this is one of the key problems that our members are really facing. The third one is about corruption. Most of our leaders, the appointed leaders and the elected leaders, when it comes to identification of the beneficiary on government programs, they always tend to identify their own relatives.
A recent report by Multi-Dimensional Poverty Index 2022 indicates that Acholi sub-region has the second highest number of poor people in the country. According to the report, 63.3% of people in Acholi are poor, while the poverty rate in the region reduced just by 0.7% in the last 1 year.
Scientists and agriculturalists in the country have commended President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in the recent State of the Nation address, where he said government is committed to invest in small-scale powered irrigation to address the water shortage in the drought. Now, they say that this government's emphasis on irrigation will reduce the high prices of agricultural products due to climate change effects caused by the prolonged drought in the country.
Farmers have been encouraged to emphasize intercropping of quick maturing plants and value addition in this season of climate change to improve on the household income and develop the country socially and economically. The scientists and agriculturalists, however, also commended President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in the State of the Nation address, saying government will invest in small-scale powered irrigation to address the water shortage, especially in the drought. This was during the training of the youth from various districts across the country aimed at value addition, environment protection, and use of organic farming held at Lucid Organic Training Institute in Mityana.
The biggest support we need from government is mobilization of youths so they can be able to come and get skills, but also supporting the youth financially to be able to afford the training which has to be given, but also supporting youth to get equipment and infrastructure which is able to attract youths.
The scientists and agriculturalists at Lucid Organic Training Institute, Samuel Nyanzi, encouraged the youth to practice agriculture because it is a full-paying job, and farmers emphasize organic farming and use of organic fertilizers. He, however, cautioned the general public against destroying forests, among other friendly environmental protection practices, to protect the environment and plant organic trees to control the climate change.
Poor farming practices is using non-selective herbicides which actually destroy all the vegetation, and as the vegetation is destroyed, the environment is also destroyed.
The youth who completed the training want government to support private agriculture training institutes by helping them acquire modern training equipment to develop the sector, the backbone of Uganda's economy.
We love to request the government that in this budget that will be soon passed out, we request that more money is added to the youths to invest in these youth programs, such as like skilling them in different categories, like in the agriculture, different skills.
I think we face when you have joined such colleges, and we need to be skilled very well. So we face challenges of inadequate.
The State Minister for Tourism has painted 2 classroom blocks at KIJU Hill Primary School in Patiko Sub-County, GULU District, and donated scholastic materials, including sanitary towels to girls. Now, this was during a 5-day tour codenamed Explore the North campaign, aimed at raising awareness to the public to embrace domestic tourism, hence revamping Uganda's tourism from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic.
KIJU Hill Primary School is a Catholic-founded and one of the government-aided schools in GULU District. It was established way back in 1937 with a population of over 868 pupils. According to the head teacher Adong Charles, the school is facing a number of challenges, including inadequate structures and desks due to increasing number of pupils.
The school does not have the library room. School does not have the storeroom. The school is left wide open, not fenced, making it easy for trespassers.
The school has 11 teachers, which has apparently affected learners' performance.
The school is a little bit understaffed because we are only 11 on government payroll, serving a population of 868 pupils.
First of all, this was revealed during the Explore North campaign that comprised of the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities and Uganda Tourism Board personnel. State Minister for Tourism, Martin Mugara Bahinduka, with his delegation, painted 2 classroom blocks to facilitate a conducive study environment for pupils.
A number of issues were raised. I got a report from the headmaster, and I want to assure you that the issues you've raised, I'll pass on to the Minister of Education. At least that's a commitment I'll take. And I know that we visited this school, there will be some few changes that will come with it.
The minister, together with other agencies, donated scholastic materials to pupils like pens, books, water purifiers and sanitary towels to aid girl-child stay in school.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Local leaders and cultural heads extended gratitude to the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities for the gesture and called for more support from the government.
We have a lot of amenities for tourists to visit. We just need to enhance them, and we seek for your support to make sure that this comes to fruition and to help the school also develop.
So it would be precious to us in the region that this school should be renamed Anyadwe Primary School. What was done by President Amin should be reversed by this particular government, and you have more than enough capacity to do that.
A group of over 100 local tourists proceeded to Noya district and visited Apoyo Primary School, where the minister pledged 50 bags of cement to finish the construction of 2 structures. Being in the Makshan Falls Conservation Area, the school has become a home to the wild animals which roam the area. I'm Nafka Farida and Sulaka Gugube.
Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examination Board has issued a warning to illegal institutions that lead to inadequate skills acquisition. This was highlighted during the briefing of the examination monitors and center coordinators ahead of the next phase of the exams starting this Monday.
All of us witnessed. Uganda Nurses and Midwives Examination Board will, starting on Monday, conduct the 35th series of examinations, which are also the 11th semester examinations in 118 examination centers countrywide. Ahead of the examination session that will have more than 50,000 students, the board has briefed examination monitors and center coordinators. Several issues were addressed, notable of which was a warning to illegal institutions that lead to inadequate skills acquisition.
There are some illegal schools which negotiate with the legal ones to register their students for examinations. So the first time we received the information, we put feelers in place to tell us to try and find out which these schools. And indeed we got about 3 big schools, about 130 something students who are going to sit our examinations, and from illegal schools. So we called those schools, we called the illegal ones, and we talked about it and we referred them to Commissioner. But we are continuing with our feelers to find out those people who are doing it. Later on, I think we'll take it further to the ministry so that even the one which is legal stops, because it's not good, including the teachers. Some teachers escape to go and teach their theory, and they leave the legal ones where they are supposed to teach. The legal students do not get all that information and they run to other illegal schools.
We want to advise the public to resist from such practices. Of course, we are seeing many people who are coming on board, they want to operate health training institutions, but don't be tempted to admit a student before you get a license. Over
Over 300 residents of Chiwanga Seta village in Mukono district have received free medical treatment from a medical camp organized by the Kampala Victoria Lions Club. Health experts have, however, expressed concern over the increasing number of obese children and high blood pressure in adults, which is on the increase.
Dr. Emmanuel Chisamba has warned the parents over the increased cases of obesity in children, which is a threat to the children's lives.
Children are not walking. Parents, please watch the things that you give your children. Take to school. Don't give a lot of sugars and fine sugars like biscuits, like crisps. Don't give them. And then teachers, I would urge you, please allow these children to do some exercise at school. Non-communicable diseases like cancers, diabetes and hypertension are very much on the increase.
In a medical camp organized by Kampala Victoria Lions Club for the people of Chiwanga Seta in Mukono, doctors discovered that high blood pressure is still a big problem among the elderly.
We've realized that hypertension, diabetes and others are due to the pressure people are experiencing today. The economy is tight, people don't have the money. Unfortunately, when they come to the government hospitals, there is no medicine. So we've decided as Kampala Victoria Lions Club to extend this medical care to these people in this community of Chiwanga.
The President Kampala Victoria Lions Club, Dr. Emmanuel Chisamba, explains the reasons why they have decided to provide medical treatment to the people of Chiwanga Seta Mukono.
We are checking HIV, diabetes, high blood pressure. We are checking for hepatitis B, syphilis. All those ones we are doing them free of charge to the community around.
A nurse was among those who provided treatment to residents. Salama Nambi urged people to always go for physical exercises to avoid non-communicable diseases.
Spare at least 30 minutes every day. You can choose either morning or evening and exercise. You can decide to walk, you can decide to run, to jog. Eat more fruits and vegetables. Drink more water rather than juice. If you can avoid sugar or take a little, the better. Reduce on alcohol intake, tobacco, and also reduce on coffee intake.
However, residents during the medical camp decried the increasing cases of malaria in the area and called for Ministry of Health's intervention.
Because we have a lot of mosquitoes around. That one I'm very sure of. Another problem, I think, if we could get people from the Ministry of Health to keep around sensitizing people what to do, how to prevent, that would be a very good thing. But again, my point is such events should go to the villages where many people don't even know such things happen. So that if people get exposed, they will know what to do in time before things go wrong.
Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
And with that, it's only right that we say let's take a short, quick health break. And when we're back, we'll be back with more UBC News Tonight.
Jerry Con! Jerry Con! Hey, Master Blaster! Touch him, man! Bang Jerry Con with muscle! Those ones who say go for you only. Mundava! First group is I teach you. When I'm going to the Muscari, because of the camera is very far. Is you serious? It's serious, you. What? Yeah? You stay put on it. Add kilometers to your legs. And you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru. And Umaru refuse to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru, Jerry car.
Okakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu teri kitulema. This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
She is our family's pride, and as her father, I will protect her from child marriage and talk to her about the dangers of teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and pregnancy, because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sauti 116.
This is the University of Africa. On the streets, you get your real education. Here, everybody has a degree of something. But the most important qualification is imagination. Her reason to imagine is slay. His reason is to be the GOAT. Theirs is to take the beat and make it lit. They want to test edgy until it is fire. Their reason for imagination is to add riz in style. Her reason to imagine is finesse. And hers is to find what's new and bussin'. So no matter what your situation, just use your imagination.
The Ministry of Health will conduct yellow fever preventive mass vaccination campaign for all persons aged 9 months up to 60 years. These people should have never been vaccinated against yellow fever. The yellow fever campaign will be conducted in phases, with the first phase covering districts in the regions of Arua, GULU, Lira, Kabare, Kabarore, and Hoima. The campaign will begin on the 9th of June and end on the 13th of June 2023 and will be conducted in all government health facilities and outreach posts. All parents and caregivers are requested to take their children aged 9 months to the nearest health facility and outreach posts to get vaccinated against yellow fever disease. All adults aged up to 60 years but have never been vaccinated should go to health facilities and vaccination outreach posts to get vaccinated against yellow fever. Ministry of Health calls upon everybody to report any person who presents with signs and symptoms such as yellowing of eyes, fever, headache, muscle pain, feeling of vomiting or nausea, vomiting, and general body weakness or fatigue to the nearest health facility or health worker immediately for medical attention. This could be yellow fever. Yellow fever vaccine is a single dose given once in a lifetime. The yellow fever vaccine is safe, effective, and free. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from Gavi and partners.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates back to ground. Sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
The drilling of development and production wells for the Kingfisher project in Kikube district started in January 2023, while the delivery and assembly of the 3 drilling rigs for the Tilenga project is ongoing. Enabling infrastructure works for the other required facilities, including the central processing facilities, well pads, flow lines, and camps, remain on course. The produced resources will be commercialized via the East Africa crude oil pipeline, which will run from Uganda to Tanzania, and the 60,000 barrels of oil per day Uganda refinery project, which will be constructed in Hoima. These projects are bringing investment of $15 billion into the country. The Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Dear Airtel customer, we know that there are days when unexpected stays in hospital stand in the way of your family's welfare. That is why Hospital Center is here to give you up to 100,000 shillings every night you spend in hospital. Hospital Center also offers up to 4 million in funeral benefit. Dial star 185 star 7 star 6 hash to purchase Hospital Center on Airtel Money for as little as 1,000, 3,000 or 5,000 shillings a month. Your cover for the first 1 month is free. Hospital Center is underwritten by Prudential and powered by Turaco. Prudential and Turaco are regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda. Airtel Money is regulated by the Bank of Uganda.
Welcome back, and that still brings us to the end of our 8 o'clock bulletin. Thank you for joining us. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold, Mugalu Muhammad in Sign Language. Up next is the weekly business roundup with Dennis Sigoa.
And many thanks for watching UBC News. My name is Molin Kenyana, here to take you through the weather report. Now, we're continuing to see rains across several places within the country, and that has been mainly because of the local effect, with mostly influences from Lake Victoria as well as the Mount Elgon region. That is where we're seeing a lot of the rains coming through. And then at the same time, we also have part of the rain belt that is now extending towards the northern part of the country, and that explains the rains that we're seeing across the Karamoja region and parts of northern Uganda. Otherwise, we have a slight reduction in rains across the rest of the country. But looking at that, we're also having a forecast for tomorrow indicating a few showers expected across the Lake Victoria Basin, but parts of central Uganda are expected to start off with a mix of clouds and sunshine. And also looking at eastern Uganda, we do expect that we'll have rains across parts of Jinja, Tororo, but Soroti will start up with mostly as well a mix of clouds and sunshine. And the western part of the country will still have approach sunshine, but that will be blending in with clouds, and that will be for several places within the region. Looking at the northern part of the country, we're also expecting to have mostly a pretty sunny morning with intervals of cloudy conditions. Now, as we cross over into the afternoon, we do expect that we'll have more rains developing across parts of central and the Lake Victoria Basin. Quite a hot one for Nakasongola. We have temperatures going up to 30 degrees. And across the nation's capital, we'll have temperatures going up to 28. That will be for Kampala and the Lake Victoria Basin. For eastern Uganda, we do expect that we'll have a pickup in wet weather activities, and that will be across several places. Soroti expected to be at 29 degrees. Moving over to the western part of the country, we'll still be looking at those sunny intervals, but midwestern, we start to see some rains come through, and temperatures will be at 28 degrees for most of those areas. And across the northern part of the country, we maintain those sunny intervals, but then we have temperatures going up a bit. We'll have temperatures go up to 30 degrees, quite hot for Lira, and much of the northern part will be in the upper 20s. Now, for some of the cities that we have across the rest of the world, we are forecasting sunny weather. That will be for Dubai as well as Washington, but quite a hot one for Dubai. Temperatures will be at 40 degrees. That will be in the afternoon. Also forecasting sunny intervals for London as well as Nairobi. Pretty cool day for Nairobi. Temperatures will be at 26. But that does it for our weather report tonight. My name is Molin Kenyana. I want to wish you a good night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.